I'm gonna do some sketching for concept art, I guess. Concept art for uh, not exactly my next comic, but my next comic. I think it'll be. I mean, it's another like monster horror comic. It'll be uh, there will be a lady vampire. No, vampire. Werewolf. Lady werewolf. Um, I wrote the comic like a long time ago too. Let's see, it was probably like 11 years ago, I think. Maybe before that. Well, I started thinking about the comic 2008 or 2007, I think. But I didn't like start writing it until about 2009, 10. Uh, but and I finished um, almost the whole comic too. I got it like drawn, uh, well penciled, but not lettered or colored. Um, but if you've seen it though, you would see why I didn't like post it up anywhere. Um, like I think the artwork looks good. Um, for my abilities at the time. But like when I see it now though, it's like I know I can do better than that. Um, and it's not like just a little better. It's like to me, it feels like I learned a lot more, like so much more that I just have to um, redraw the whole thing. And then while I'm redrawing the thing, I might as well make new character designs for them. So that's what I'm kind of sketching out today. A little bit of a warm up before I get to work on my other comic. So I don't want her. So she's supposed to have like more of a not an old lady face, but like a more mature face. So from how I hear to do that is to make their face look slightly more angular. I don't know if my mic will pick it up, but you might hear some snoring in the background. I'm watching a couple of dogs right now. So if you hear any like rumbling, it's those guys snoring. I like it when characters have like jet black hair, um, whether they're villains or not. So that's like my go-to is like just straight black hair. Sometimes I put a drop shadow and like on people's faces. Then I notice sometimes I don't. Like I'll put like some kind of line there to show that there's shadow. Sometimes I'll just hatch it in. Sometimes I'll just put a line there. Like I don't think I really have a one solid method that I do. It's kind of like maybe kind of like the feeling of the drawing, like because this chick is more of like a horror comic character. Um, so more black maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's my line of thinking. Maybe not. Who knows? Don't be surprised if you ever see this comic come out and then you see she doesn't even have a shadow, or it's just a line and hatched shadow. So yeah, jet black straight hair. I don't know. Maybe I could make it curly hair. because curly hair is pretty interesting. It takes a bit longer for me to pull off, but it's pretty fun too. I'm gonna lose. I erase so much. I'm gonna lose the eraser on this pencil. I know I have. Aha! I got this guy. That's why I get these. Especially when I'm like designing something. And this isn't really even that much of a design. It's kind of like I said, a warm up, and you know, probably use this face. If I'm able to make a more pointy nose. Maybe I'm not able to. I don't know how to. Right now, her eye's bothering me. That eye might be too close now. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I'll just leave it. See how it plays as I go farther along in the sketch. Do I give her lipstick or not? I think in the recent trending of werewolves, they always have the werewolves be like more on the hippie side. Like you'll see the werewolves in their human forms, and then they're like a hippie, like they're wearing moccasins or trying to look native, and like I don't know, hairy armpits, no parabens in their sunblock, probably no sunblock, no makeup. That's how the trend seems to be going anyway. Like they're more in tune with nature, and to represent that is to make them seem like hippies. So I guess I just talked myself into giving her lipstick. Jet black, possibly red. Probably black. Let's do black lipstick. I mean, if I when I do this comic anyway, it's most likely going to be a black and white comic. So I guess you can make it up in your own head if the lipstick is black or white, black or red. Do the contrapposto. I guess you could have bigger hips. Let's see. Oh no, her. Yeah, so imagine the eye level to be more up here. So the her knee would be farther up if that were the case. So her knee would be more up here because it would be behind her and we would be looking down. When I rough this stuff out, like, I could kind of see it in my head, but like I see it better in my head when I first started drawing, but like it's still blurry. So I don't know when you get to that level of like just seeing the whole thing in your head. That would be pretty cool though. I don't know what kind of outfit she's gonna have. The outfit I had last time was I think it might have been just me being lazy, because it was like a shirt that it's like a business shirt, a button-up shirt. I'll probably change that hand. I was trying to do the hand at rest. I've seen a lot of people draw hands at rest, like and, like a hand at rest is, you don't even notice it when you talk to people in real life, but then when you draw it, it seems a little bit more difficult, probably because you don't pay attention to it anymore. But then when I see people draw it, to me it seems like it's always different. And some people draw it like so cool looking, like Silvestri and David Finch. And so yeah, like I would, like, I'll redraw my hands over and over sometimes to try to make them look cool. It always tends to seem to be like passable, where it's, I just worked on it enough and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I think everybody, when they look at it, they'll be like, okay, yep, that's a hand, and they don't really even care in the if it's sequential art in the comic anyway. If it's like a comic cover or a pinup or a sticker, then somebody might notice it. And whether they tell me or not, it's fine. Let's see, her boob would kind of get moved out of the way here because her arm is pushing against it. I should have grabbed my kneaded eraser. It's like 20 feet away from me. I'm just too lazy to get up and go grab it. So whatever. When I drew in grade school, I used to draw a lot, and I would use these erasers, kind of, I guess like everybody, the pencil erasers, or those big pink ones. But I wish I had those kneaded erasers back then, because you could just like lighten, not completely wipe out the line, but you could lighten it up like way easier than you can with one of these erasers. Like these erasers tend to just take the whole line off. It's like, and you want that little transparent line underneath to stay. If you draw, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, then I had one of her, like it was a tucked in shirt, but it was like only half tucked in. And yeah, in that comic that I was doing, I didn't uh, I didn't do any like clothing folds, which, let's see, where would it be? Okay, the pulling would be like in this direction. But yeah, I didn't do clothing folds because I always thought that was too hard and I couldn't figure it out. I got a better understanding of it now. Can't say I figured it out because I guess that's a topic for another video. But I didn't figure it out because I think if you figure it out, then it's kind of, people catch on to the pattern and they get bored of it. So it's like you always got to kind of change it up a little bit. Crap, now one boob looks bigger than the other. That wasn't what I was going for. So yeah, there's one difference that I can be doing from the other comic that I did a while ago. Clothing folds. I'll just keep drawing. I might fix that later. Leave it right there for now. Let's see, so this would kind of puff out a little bit more over here, this shirt. But then that kind of makes a tangent for the, maybe I can just push her arm in the back a little bit more. I might have to redraw her hand again. I said these erasers lift everything up. Unless you draw a couple times, then that line just stays there. It looks like a dirty piece of paper. Okay, so it'll be down here, go down here a little bit. And then we'll bring out this hand. Crap. So her arm looks extremely long. I'll have to move that hand. If I was doing this digitally, I could just like lasso tool around that hand and just move it up. It's not, see, then we'll go right here. It's not very often, but sometimes I catch myself trying to do an undo button on the paper, like I'm like trying to double tap, like how it is on the iPad. That's when I realize I probably drew a little too much today. Let's see, her thumb would be like right there, thumb knuckle. Would it? Her forefinger knuckle would be like right there then. And then all the other fingers would slightly go up more and more. Maybe, I don't know. Can have her looking right at us when she's walking, or she can be looking downward a little bit, kind of like that Jack Nicholson in The Shining, evil look, where I don't know, it's like the stereotypical look of doom. I'm moving her, I'm moving her collar over right here because if her arm is this shoulder is supposed to be coming forward, then the I don't know, this shirt should be pushed more towards her neck. Yeah, if everything from this side is coming forward, it'll all kind of get smushed this way. So that's why, like, her and like her boob, because the arm is like also pushing that over. So it would get over. We'll go over here, and the goal is from that is to I guess trick your mind into thinking it's three-dimensional. Debating whether or not to make her pants more fluffy. Like, I don't care what I'm wearing, which is that's why I'm like putting this shirt. It's like halfway hanging out because it's kind of like the whole her attitude of like I don't care how I look. That's not her main goal. She's a werewolf. Her main goal is I don't know, eating, I guess. So she could have rolled up sleeves, I suppose. And so like these lines obviously are stretch lines of her shirt. So then I forget what they call that, but that's where everything is pulling from. So it would be like up here. So the lines would like go that way towards that one. Pinch point maybe. Something like that. I don't know. These pencils that I'm using make quite a mess. They like I'm doing my best to not touch them with like my with my fingers, especially when you draw, you get all that stuff like right there when you're like drawing all over here. I'm trying to be very wary of that. Like if you notice I'm drawing left to right, trying to draw top to bottom. But all right, so then this leg is coming forward, or it's supposed to look that way. So it's like baggy, oversized pants. So it would be tighter on this side because of gravity. And then it would kind of also hang off of the points that stick out of her from her body. So it like kind of follow her calf. I don't know, I guess there might be some wrinkles here. All right, and then some more of those like pinch points. I guess there should be belt loops. I think every single pair of pants on this planet have belt loops. Oh, I mean, maybe not. Maybe there might be some exceptions, like Zubas or some other stuff, pants I've probably never even heard of. So then I'm gonna do my best impersonation of Mark Silvestri and try to do some cool, clothing folds. He does like, okay, so then like right here would probably fold up like dress pants. And then he adds some more like off the side. I really gotta study his work again. That's the thing though, it's like you only have so much time in a day, especially if you're doing your own stuff to do the studying. I figured she'd be barefoot because another thing, like, she doesn't have time to put on shoes. It's like, all right, I'm looking as close to as a person as I can right now. And she has to go off to go get some, go do some hunting. That's like her main goal. Probably good enough for me for now. Yeah, this arm would be coming closer because I gotta erase these things. I don't like how those fingers looked. They looked a little too straight on, and then they left the last pinky looking way too big. So I'm gonna angle I'm gonna angle the fingers so it'll look to me more believable. Something like that. I guess to make her a little more menacing, I gotta make her fingers have like sharp claws growing on them. That's always kind of cool to like. I don't know. It seems like a little bit of foreshadowing of they're not in their full form yet, but they're ready to. But they're like, I don't know, just on the cusp of like turning into their uh, their full form at like any minute. Like they're just trying to hold it back, especially on those horror movies or comics where they're trying to play like they're a decent human being or a innocent, like you'd never suspect them of changing, and then but like really they're doing their best to not blow their cover in front of everybody and just like start slaughtering people, like if like the bullies in school, or a demanding customer if they work somewhere, and they're just like, man, you're lucky there's so many people around, otherwise I'd go right to the climax of this horror movie. If that makes sense. This part, I guess I could leave blank, really. There's this one artist I remember, he was really cool. On DeviantArt, he would, like, this would all be like shadow in most comic books, but then he would, like, fill it with like a pastel color or something. It would look really cool. I can't really explain how he did it. His name was Wen M on DeviantArt. So I could just do that. Looks kind of cool. Didn't really completely black it out or nothing. And then give a little bit of a harder outline for the rest of it, kind of to make it pop the image. The technical term there. See, her heel would kind of point out right there, I think. Nope, that looks dumb. Because yeah, if our eye level is up here, her heel would kind of go more up. This is gonna bother me. That hand bothers me still. I don't know if it would be her right hand. That still bothers me. And I tell myself it's a sketch, who cares? But I don't know. I think it's a good idea to not just leave things like that all the time. Might reinforce some bad habits. If you're on a time constraint, then that's another story. But I'm not. Not right now, anyway. Dang it, so I have to move the pants if I'm going to move her heel back there. Let's see, it would go like this part juts out. Then I have to go back there. Kind of hook it in to make it look like it's baggy back there. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like how I did the toes here, but I don't. Maybe I'll try the heel down here. See how that looks. I'll use that. I would put more creases in here, but then like I don't want to make it look like she's wearing jeans. Let's do one more of these where she's like looking down, but starting to transform. Oh yeah, I don't know if you caught that on other videos I was saying. Like, I'll do this sometimes. I used to do this all the time. It would take me a long time to make a face. Some people, like I'm pretty sure Jim Lee, I think he still does it. So then when he does a face, he doesn't have to go back and, I mean, he most likely doesn't even need to do it. But I skip that step a lot. I mean, I used to do the separate the eye, and then I would separate it right here. But I like the where it's like a eye and about a half there. It looks, I don't know, it looks cooler to me when the eyes are a little bit farther away than that. But anyway, yeah, a lot of times I just skip that. Not like it wouldn't help me. It would definitely help me. Like right now, I would probably put the nose a little more to the right, and then I would have noticed something was off later. But anyway, probably just reinforces like my thinking of I should probably use these guides more often. Oh dang! No, her mouth should be like way more open to show the teeth. I'll just do the teeth first, and I'll draw the mouth around it. And since she's a werewolf, I'm gonna sharpen up all these teeth. The cool thing is, all of her teeth can be sharp because she's a werewolf, not a vampire where they have just the two little needle teeth. And she would just have like a tiny chin showing. For children and women, um, I notice it looks cooler when they have huge pupils, or you could pull it off and it looks cooler when they have huge whatever that's called, because these are pupils. Iris? Yeah, I think it's iris. But for guys, uh, adult males, I don't know. It makes them look like more childlike when that happens. When they have huge irises. So I tend to stay away from that. Oh crap! Now she's looking like a lizard. Anyway, that's my sketches for today. A little some concept work.